and probably really as we look to host that first round of football games, is it the Panthers that are going to be that 3 seed, or is it going to be the Watchdogs in that 3 seed slot? Sioux Falls Christian is the 5 seed currently, Canton is 6, Madison 7, and the Orioles and Belle Fourche Bronx are fighting it out for that 8th and final spot, and there's going to be a couple big matchups tonight within 11A for that slot. Leading to the top here within 11A is the Del Rapids Warriors. Watchdogs saw them 2 weeks ago here at a home game for the Watchdogs. Hung with them tight for a while, but the Warriors were just a little too much. But they're 7-0, and at number 2 right now is West Central. But again, these are all by South Dakota High School Activity Association seeding points. And the Trojans 6-1 on the season. They had a tough loss last week to number 1 seed at 11B, Winter Warriors. So that's kind of the landscape there within 11A. Kind of looking at seeding with 11A, again, football plays 9 regular season games, where the 9-man teams and the 11B are going to play 8 regular season games, and they'll start their first round of playoffs next week, where Beresford and the other 11A schools are going to have 1 more week of regular season before they seed the top 8 and go on to their first round of playoffs. So looking ahead here within 11A, and again, notable games, number 6 Canton is hosting number 14 Custer. Big game to kind of keep an eye on here is the number 9 Belle Fourche Bronx are hosting Sioux Falls Christian, the 5 seed. So again, Sioux Falls Christian secured themselves within the playoffs, but the Bronx are currently right on that slot on the outside, kind of looking in, versus Lennox Orioles, the 8 seed. And Lennox is going to be playing at West Central tonight. So both of those would be dogs if they could pull that off. But Belle Fourche and Lennox battling for that 8th and 9th spots currently. So those are a couple big games we're going to kind of want to keep an eye on throughout the game as the night goes on. So number 2 West Central, number 8 Lennox. And then the other one to keep an eye on is number 9 Belle Fourche and number 5 Sioux Falls Christian. Watchdogs come off a close win last week versus the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. Came down to right at the end. The Chargers were moving with some time on the clock. Not a lot. I think it was down under 1 minute. And the Chargers threw an interception, and the Watchdogs slid down with it and sealed and got into victory formation. So again, a great battle there between the Watchdogs and the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. So if you look back through the Watchdogs season, close victory over Sioux Falls Christian, close victory over Canton Seahawks, really close game in Lennox. The final score didn't really reflect what that game looked like. So the Lennox Orioles, a close victory for the Watchdogs. So, I mean, those spots within 11A, I think at any given night, another team could knock somebody off. So, looking forward to what the final week and what the playoffs have in store for us here. On the final week, the Watchdogs will travel to Dakota Tech next Thursday, so big trip across the state. We've talked about that a little bit earlier in our broadcast. So, that'll be coming up for the Watchdogs as they'll travel to Dakota Tech. They're currently 0-7. And we'll see what they do tonight, but Watchdogs will go in a heavy favorite against Dakota Tech. And then we are joined here now by our guest for the evening, so we'll let him kind of get set up. He had a long trip getting in here, but our guest tonight in the booth is Alex DeVries. Alex, can you hear kind of what we got going? A quick sound check?
I got nothing. I don't have you, Jared.
Okay. We'll do a little bit of work here and see if we can do a little bit of audio and sound check. We're getting ready to do starting lineups here, and the final seconds we'll do the anthem. But okay, now we're up and going, Alex?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, great. So, Alex, we'll get in a little bit more into kind of what your path was. Here is the connection back to the Watchdogs, and then also kind of what you're doing now. We'll get into that a little bit later in the evening, but as you were kind of coming into the stadium, we just ran through kind of the landscape within 11A, and it's pretty wild, the Watchdogs' first season here in 11A, and making some noise, some close, tough victories. But yeah, I know you're kind of watching from a distance. Tell you what you kind of been seeing.
Yeah, this Watchdog team has been kind of, I think, putting 11A kind of to a surprise right away, stepping into this. And I think it's been nice to start playing some of these teams they haven't played in a few decades. And yeah, they've been sitting kind of in that 3-4 range all year long, and in the end of a really tough stretch of games, going from playing Del Rapids a couple weeks ago, Sioux Falls Christian last week, and now another tough matchup against Dakota Valley tonight. So,
yeah, we kind of hit on that, as I kind of went through the top list of the top 8 or 9 schools here. Your alma mater, the Orioles.
Yep.
I mean, that was really a closer game than what the score showed at the end.
What a game that was! I was able to watch some of that one, and man, a lot of points put up that night, and just two teams battling out, and Beresford is able to kind of pull away in that fourth quarter. So.
Yeah, then we kind of go to the Canton game, first game of the season. Watchdogs score early on that hook and ladder.
The hook and ladder. The Arlen Lickness effect was in play on that one right away.
Yeah, so we'll touch on Arlen a little bit later tonight as well. But that was a fun way to get the season started. But, we give up a block punt, so Canton scores. But the Watchdogs greedy. They hang on and get that victory, a 7-6 victory there. Sioux Falls Christian last week. I don't know if you were able to see any of it. Or
I was
hear
not
any of it.
able to watch some of that. I kind of heard about it and talked to some coaches this week about that matchup last week. But sounded like another dogfight there at the Bob in Sioux Falls. And talking to Coach Ebert earlier this week, it kind of sounded like it was very similar to that matchup in 2019 that we won up there. So. It sounded very similar. So. Yep,
and then, like I said, you referenced the Del Rapids game. Really that was a battle, 8-0, I think, at half, and then the Warriors, just proved they're the number 1 seed within 11A in the second half of that game. Yeah. But the Watchdogs hung in there for a while, so it's really going to be wild 11A playoffs here.
Yeah, I think it's wide open. It's going to be a battle to get in the playoffs in 11A, and it's really anybody's game. It really is.
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about kind of the upcoming games here. Lennox Orioles, Belfouche Bronx, by seeding points, they're probably the two that are battling for that 8th and 9th seed. And tonight, Belfouche, the number 9 seed, is hosting the number 5 seed Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. And then your Orioles, they are going to be traveling to West Central tonight, taking on the number 2 seed. So both of those have got their hands full, but it'll be interesting how that 8th spot slots out.
Yeah, it really will. And Lennox has got a tough one tonight with West Central coming off that loss last week to Winter. And so the Trojans are going to be, looking to get on the winning side of things this week. And so it'll be interesting to see where those 8-9 seeds end up. Okay, great. So, Alex, we kind of recognize that the production crew, we get the easy part. We just show up, put on the headsets, and we talk, right? So helping us out tonight, has kind of been helping us through the season, is Easton Boom. He's working kind of on the production right now. And Gavin Stewart has been on the camera and production a little bit for us, and he's going to start the night on the camera. So thank you to Easton and Gavin, and then also Renee James kind of got everything set up and has been training these guys on how this works. So we'll kind of get into how this goes, but we're going to throw this off to a quick commercial break. We'll be back for the opening kickoff here in Beresford.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, welcome back to Beresford High School, home of Cortland Carden Stadium. Again, on the production tonight, this is Jared Olson, business manager at the Beresford School. Guest tonight is Alex DeVries, and we'll touch a little bit more on Alex for those that recognize the name or knew exactly who he is, or those who don't know who he is. Again, helping us on the production, Easton Booms running the production side, and Gavin Stewart's currently working on the camera, and then Renee James helping as well. So, Alex, this is kind of our first go at live ticket this year. We saw it out in winter. The following Monday, made the switch, and by that Friday, we're hosting our first game. So it was like our third or fourth production out here at the football field. We've run a couple volleyball games inside, but pretty exciting. I mean, we're just really excited about, we're hearing a lot of good feedback from people about the quality that they're seeing within the cameras, just the clarity of the voices and some of those things. So first, I want to thank you for making the trip. I mean, you're a ways away now. Obviously, there's a reason I asked you to come down, is just the connection to the team and the connection to these players that you have had all of them through middle school. You've coached almost all of them. So, again, let's just give people a little bit of update, kind of who you are, what you're doing now. And
Yeah, I am now currently the 6 through 12 principal up at Florence in Florence, South Dakota, which is just northwest of Watertown. And before that, I spent the last 7 years here in Beresford, being the middle school math teacher, and then also coach football for the last 8 years here. So a lot of these boys playing tonight I had for 3 years in middle school, and then for these seniors, I coached them for 3 years in football. So connections with almost every single one of these boys dressed tonight, and excited to be back.
Yeah, no, I love it. I was so glad that it kind of worked out in your schedule to be able to make the trip down. Again, we appreciate you making the long trip. We did just have the coin toss. I believe Dakota Valley, did they win the toss? Is that what I saw, or did the dogs defer?
I was.
Production crew is shrugging their shoulders at me, but either way, the Panthers are going to take the ball. I missed whether they won the toss or the dogs deferred, but the Panthers are going to be in the all whites, white pants, white tops. As you're looking at the camera, that's the right side of the field. That is the south side of the football field that currently sits and runs north and south. Watchdogs will be in their white pants and purple tops. Kicking off tonight, what we got here?
Looks like number 9, Ryan Sfagan.
Yeah, that is Ryan Sfagan doing the kicking duties here for the Watchdogs. So back deep for the Panthers is number 1 and number 14. That's Randy Rosenquist, and number 14 is Brian Stevers. So the Panthers bring that out to the 32-yard line. Going to be pretty decent field position. They will be going into the wind. So we got a north-northwest wind. The Panthers will be going right to left and into that wind here to start their opening drive. Looks like we're back on the right side. Split out to the left, 2 to the left. Little handoff. That goes to number 12. Pretty quick around the right side. Evades one tackle. He is eventually brought down out there by number 81. That is Jake Goblish on the tackle, but not before the running back can pick up a strong 5 on that play.
Yeah, we're going to see Dakota Valley come out in a lot of their single wing formation. They've been running that for a few years now, and a lot of heavy runs, and then like to get the play action over the top. So.
Okay, quarterback is in shotgun formation. We're going to get a whistle here to start this out. The quarterback for the Panthers is number 15, Ethan Anema. False start to get the Panthers. That'll bring them back 5 yards. It'll still be second down, so 2nd and 9 here for the Panthers after that penalty. Motion, a little play action pass, a lot of pressure brought there by that was number 56, Larson, but he's eventually brought down by Shirk. And
it looks like there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, brought down by Shirk and Friedrich, but we do have a flag on the play, so with 3 Watchdogs kind of over the quarterback, we're probably going to get some type of unnecessary roughness call there, or face mask maybe. Big defensive pressure there for the Watchdogs. Way to see him get off the line and really force the Panthers there. Yeah, it is going to be a personal foul and a face mask against the Watchdogs. That is a spot foul, so by the time they bring that out and replay the second down, we're kind of almost back to where we started this whole thing at before the 2 sets of penalties on either side. But second, and we're going to call it 5 here for the Panthers.
Panthers going trips on their left side here, and
going to get a little draw play. Oh, the ball did come loose right at the end, but I think they did whistle him down. Shirk had the ball, but I believe the whistle came just a touch before that. On the carry, that's number 12, Jackson Boonstra. He's a sophomore, running back position. Gain of about 2 on the play, so it'll bring up 3rd and maybe a long 2. Right on the 40-yard line of the Panthers, so this is, again, into the wind. This is a spot where the Panthers got to pick it up, or they're going to be looking to punt, I would assume. Really tight formation here right behind the center and the tackles. Quick snap to number 3, kind of a wildcat formation, and they work off the right side and do pick up that first down. So number 3 back there in kind of that wildcat, that's Trey Peel. He's a junior, listed at 6'3", 180 pounds. And that's good enough for a Panther first down.
yeah, that's a big pickup for the Panthers here. Didn't want to start 3 and out and keep the chains moving here and see what they can do on this first drive.
All right, number 15 is back in shotgun formation, Anima. Back in pass formation, a lot of pressure. Sack the Watchdogs. That is number 56, Aaron Larson.
Larson just good penetration right up the middle and collapsed that pocket and did a good job maintaining the tackle, and looked like Tadlock came in and kind of cleaned that up for him. So
Coach Ebert's got to like that. You just give up the first down. You're right at nearing midfield, and first down, and all of a sudden the Panthers are looking at 2nd and 15 here into the wind.
yeah, it makes their offense a little bit more predictable when you can get them in those 2nd and longs. And looks like another QB sweep out to the right. And
yeah, he's wrapped up by Landon Shirk in quick order there. Out there also is Bowden. Just kind of looked like a quick designed run. You know, he's maybe back in formation. We were just thinking, hey, maybe it makes him a little more predictable, but all of a sudden they have it looks like what is a designed run with a couple extra blockers out there to that right side.
now we got a 3rd and long, and I imagine they're going to be going to the air here. We'll see if the Watchdogs can kind of get some pressure again like they have the last 2 pass attempts.
And the Watchdogs bringing more pressure. The pass is there. It's going to be a little deep. Ooh. That actually ended up just going off the fingertips. The jerseys are really hard to read for the Panthers. Those that are watching from home, just having a tough time picking up some jersey numbers. That was number 8, the wide receiver, Jackson Hennies, and he's a senior, listed at 6 foot, 175. When that pass first took off, I thought it was really deep. But Hennies really worked underneath and got his fingers on it.
I'll bring out the punt team here for the Panthers. And
good snap. That is punted by number 3. It does go quickly out of bounds, up and kind of the right, quickly out of bounds. Punting there was Trey Peel. Watchdogs can get their chance on offense here. Just on their side of the field. We're going to quick commercial break here as we swap out sides. Go to a short 30.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
That looked like a direct snap to number 30, Peyton Frederick there.
Yeah, so the Watchdogs look like they're going to bring out their own little version of Wildcat, and maybe you could talk a little bit here as we've kind of progressed throughout the season. We're seeing different formations, players bouncing from offensive line to the backfield. I mean, we're seeing all kinds of stuff out of this Watchdogs offense. Talk a little bit about that from a coaching standpoint, what you're kind of doing week to week.
Yeah, it seems like every week the Watchdogs are adding a new wrinkle to their offense, and here's another one tonight. You can see number 4, their quarterback, Tate Van Otterloo, standing on the sidelines, and they're bringing in some more offensive linemen, and it even looks like they got an offensive lineman in the backfield right now in Landon Shirk, who's usually playing guard for them. And just that changing offensively, and these defenses have to adjust, and just that constant change every week by this Coach Ronaldo's done a great job this year of keeping those defensive coordinators on their toes, and I think for the most part they've kept it pretty. It's power football. It's just different ways of running kind of similar things. It's just giving that defense a different look.
Yeah, so we had Jeff Gross on last week, and he kind of said the same thing. Like, this is the kind of football that I love. It's let's take the ball, let's go 6 minutes, 12 plays, just pound them, and wear the defense down. And you're right, we're just finding different ways to do it. Big 4th down here for the Watchdogs. 4th and what looks like maybe a length of a ball. But that's Tadlock running the plays in. Again, he's been on the offensive line, kind of moved to the backfield. I think that started maybe about the Lennox game. He and Shirk both took a few snaps. Direct snap to Tadlock. He's going to get the first. He does a flip over top of the tackler.
He's upended. Depend on the spot. Looks they're signaling first down.
Yeah, so Tadlock, again, great leadership there by senior. Probably isn't used to running the ball. They've been doing it for a couple weeks in practice now, but both hands over top of the ball. Really was finding an opening, get that short yard. But he gets kind of upended but doesn't lose the ball.
Yeah, and that's what the Watchdogs are looking for, right? It's 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, convert the 4th down, and just kind of taking that time off that clock and having these big, long drives.
So a little misdirection in the opening here. That's number 22 for the Watchdogs, Colton Steen, sophomore for the Watchdogs, and a little misdirection, and he takes that for, there's 10, 15, that's close to 20 yards on that running play for Steen.
Yeah, there's the big play that they like to find. A lot of teams go to the air. The Watchdogs go to that misdirection and get those big plays.
All right, so first and goal from just inside the 10-yard line. 5:21 left here in the opening quarter, 0-0. It's going to be a gain of about 4 for the Watchdogs. Who we got there? Is that Frederick on the carry?
Yes, it was. And, Frederick's a kind of back that's so tough to tackle. That first contact was made right at the line of scrimmage on the 10, and he still finds a way to get 4 yards.
Yeah, we've said that multiple times throughout the season. He just runs so hard and just never really gives up on a play. Okay, so another just kind of between the tackles run here for the Watchdogs. I can see the line judge putting this at about the 3-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd and goal from about the 3. Okay, this is Frederick, takes the direct snap, works up middle of the line. That's a touchdown for the Watchdogs.
And he's in.
So Frederick with the 3-yard touchdown run gets the Watchdogs on the board first here, up 6-0, and we'll have a point after attempt coming here shortly. So we'll see what the Dogs do here. Normally it's been Van Otterloo kicking those extra point attempts. We've seen a little punting action. It looks like we're maybe just going to run the offense here, huh?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for 2 here, and the Watchdogs ran a little bit unbalanced there, unbalanced to the left, and Frederick just kind of followed in, and I'm going to guess we're going to see something very similar here on this 2-point conversion. It is. It's another unbalanced on the left side, and direct snap to Frederick, and
yeah, he's going to work off the left. He's got a couple blockers. He cuts it back up. Oh, he was met. I think his hip might have gone down before he reached, and it was called no good. So here with 3:57 left in the opening quarter, Beresford leads 6-0. We'll take a quick commercial break and come back with more 11A action here at Cortland Carnes Stadium.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, you can be confident you're getting the best. You can buy in store or order what you need online for curbside pickup or delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace at participating stores.
Find Benjamin Moore paint and other great products at your locally owned Olson's Ace Hardware in Beresford.
Welcome back to Cortland Carnes Stadium. Watchdogs again off of a score here on their first possession. Kicking off for the Watchdogs will be Ryan Svegan. Pretty decent return there by number 3. That's Trey Peel. Last time the Panthers started their first drive at about the 35-yard line. They'll start this one at the 37-yard line. So pretty good position to be getting your offense started, especially that quarter that you got to go into the wind.
yeah, and they're going to be looking to get something going here. They were able to convert 1 first down in their last series, and then were forced to punt. And I'm sure they're looking to put a drive together here in answer to that Watchdog touchdown.
Okay, Panthers in shotgun formation. I think we're going to get a hold in the middle. That was pretty clear. It was wide open. Then pretty big splits there by the offensive line and just right a wide open space. So we had a hold there by one of the offensive linemen. Oh, personal foul face mask, actually. I could have swore we were going to get a holding call there, but that is what that is. So they'll step that off into Watchdog territory, and Panthers will get a fresh set of downs here on the Watchdog 43-yard line.
Yeah, probably not the way the Watchdog defense wanted to start this series, but, for new first down here for the Panthers, and see what they can do inside Watchdog territory for the first time tonight.
Okay, Anima in the gun. He hands it off to his back, and he really is working hard up through the center there. Busted through a first couple tackles. I believe that was number 12, Jackson Boonstra. Boonstra is a sophomore. He's 5'6", 155 pounds. So Watchdogs are going to have their hands full kind of seeing him behind the offensive line, and he runs pretty hard.
Yeah, he does. He runs really hard, and it's going to be the linebackers are going to have to scrape and fill and break down and make a tackle on him because he'll run through arm tackles all night long.
All right, gain of, we'll call it a short 2, so second and a long 8 here for the Panthers. 3 spread out on the far side of the field, motion left to right. Little read there by the quarterback. He was kind of optioning on that motion back and then kind of faked the handoff and kept it and worked right up the middle and met a linebacker there about maybe, again, a short yard or two gain.
Yeah, they read that defensive end, and that defensive end went with that jet sweep, and the quarterback pulled, and good job by Zach Bowden staying home and filling his gap and made a nice play.
Yeah, nice observation there. Again, Bowden, a senior. Again, a number of seniors on the field, but Bowden has really done a nice job defensively for the Dogs all year. Nice catch there. That is Rosenquist. And again, if you followed any basketball at all last season,
you recognize that last name.
Yeah,
sure.
you know Randy Rosenquist, and the Panthers found a way to get him the ball, and he goes for a first down. So nice little route there run by Randy Rosenquist, and nice job by Anima to get him the ball. So first down and 10 from the Watchdogs 26-yard line. We're a minute 31 left here in this opening quarter. Little motion, and quarterback actually goes opposite the motion to the open side of the field.
Yeah, and another good job by Landon Shirk on that backside, staying home, following his keys, and making another good play.
Pretty decent night. I mean, it's a little cool, but it's kind of what you expect about the time that the 9-man schools and the 11Bs are having their last regular season game, and the 11As and the big schools are, 2 weeks away from last. This is kind of what you're going to expect. Cheerleaders in their sweats and jumps, and parents bringing out the winter coats and gloves.
Another quick slant route there by the Panthers, and able to pick up a first down and more. And
that one went to, I believe it's number 8, Jackson Hennies, and we saw Hennies earlier. He's the one that just about had that pass get in his fingertips, we thought was well over his head. So another first down for the Panthers, and they're first, and we're calling it goal from the
right on the 10.
Right on the 10. Yeah, it looks like it's right on the 10. So Panthers have tried to run the ball. Kind of stuck with it. Now they've just kind of said, let's see if we can find something kind of just in the seams there. Just 7, 8, 10-yard little quick hits. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Panthers want to let that clock run out and get the wind at their back here, as they've got a pretty big opportunity knocking on the door to try to tie this thing up. So we'll go to a quick commercial break and come back with more 11A action.
Fiesta Foods in Beresford is a family-owned store that offers a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from the everyday essentials to specialty items from around the world. Find their weekly ad on their website. Fiesta Foods also has the best selection of cut meats in their deli department, fresh bakery, and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta Foods is your one-stop store right in the hometown of Beresford.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, welcome back to Cortland Carnes Stadium in this action between 11A matchup. Number 3 seeded, at least by the Activity Association points, number 3 seeded Beresford Watchdogs hosting the number 4 seeded Dakota Valley Panthers. Watchdogs score on their opening drive. Panthers get their second opportunity with the ball, and they've kind of been able to march the ball down the field. A couple runs here and there, quick dink with a couple passes, and before you know it, they're first and goal from the Watchdog 10-yard line.
Yeah, a good spot for the Panthers here to answer back and put some points on the board to start the second quarter.
Little rollout, left-handed pass. The defender did fall down. And that is a touchdown for the Panthers. So our defender either went for the ball and missed it or fell down, but pretty good play design there, kind of little rollout to the left side, and the quarterback finds his receiver for a touchdown.
Yeah, it was, and the defensive back for the Watchdogs slipped there. It looked a little bit. When you get these cool nights, that grass can kind of get a little dewy and get a little slippery at this time of year, and able to sneak in on that side and for a touchdown.
Okay, I'll get the number here. That is, it is 89 is the kicker for the Panthers. That was Ethan Christensen with the extra point attempt. And the scoreboard does have some digit issues, so that is 6-7. Panthers currently lead over top of the Watchdogs. So with 6 minutes gone here in that second quarter, Panthers score pretty quick. What are the coaches talking about here now with the Dogs on the sideline?
Yeah, now the Watchdogs have to find a way to respond, right? They were able to get the football their first drive in a short field after punt that went out of bounds, and now they're going to get their first crack at a full series, and got to find a way to respond after giving up those 7 points.
All right, kicking off here for the Panthers is number 3, Trey Peel. Back deep for the Watchdogs, I believe it's Gavel Valder, and Jack Stennon is the other one back there. Win at the back of the Panthers, so this ball should carry halfway decent, I would assume. Kind of a high little popper. It's going to be grabbed by Valder. He's finding an opening crease, kicks it out to the left. Good block there by Cooper Nelson, and the Watchdogs bring it out really close to midfield. All the action happening right in front of Beresford's number 1 fan, Roger Krause. He's sitting at his normal spot there on the team bench. So nice return there. Getting a little pop-up, kind of bounced a couple times. You kept kind of thinking, like, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. And all of a sudden, Valder picks it up, and he's got some wheels.
Yeah, just a high-popped kick, and they let it land, and luckily it bounced nice to Gavel there and got a nice return. Good field position to start the drive for the Watchdogs.
Okay, Watchdogs are going to go under center this time, and that is Van Otterloo. A quick hit to number 10. That's Tadlock, and he's going to go for 6.5, 7 yards here on that carry. So,
yeah, you mentioned it earlier that Jackson Tadlock made that change. He's been a 3-year starter at guard for the Watchdogs, and about midway through this season, I think it was that Lennox game, he slid back to the backfield and has been playing fullback and kind of sparked the Watchdog offense.
It was looking a little tough there. They were playing great defense, but they're just having a little trouble getting the ball moving. And that night in Lennox, I wasn't expecting a shootout, but it really was haymakers thrown one after the other, both sides. And it was really sparked by that switch to the backfield of getting Shirk and Tadlock kind of involved with the ball in their hands. So third and a very short one here for the Watchdogs. They're into Panther territory. Assistant coach Owen Ronaldo down on the sidelines, calling plays in, talking to Coach Lickness up in the booth. That's Tadlock, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. So, Alex, talk a little bit about, what it was like. You were a fairly young coach at the time, but Arlen shows up on staff, and he's retired from Yankton and just wants to give back to the game yet. What was that like?
Yeah, so we talked Arlen's last year in Yankton. We that summer we talked to Arlen, pick his brain a little bit offensively and kind of some things he was doing in Yankton, and created that relationship. And pretty soon the next thing we know, he's retired and wanting to keep going and coaching, and he reaches out to us, and we were fortunate enough to bring him in. And we had a really good team that year. That was 2018, and some really good athletes, and just the knowledge that Arlen has is, he's a legend across the state. Oh, good catch there by number 82, Seth James. It's a big target for the Watchdogs.
Yeah, Seth had a couple big plays just here and there throughout the season, and a great catch there, and he took a hit, but nice job holding on to the ball. So. Yeah, I could only imagine, again, the coaching staff, I'll call them relatively young.
Yeah.
And then, Arlen
We
pops
were,
in.
and Arlen came in with the years of knowledge and experience and the amount of growth and learning that I was able to do, not only just the athletes he was coaching, but us on the other coaching staffs of the knowledge he brought.
Nice little read there and roll up by Van Otterloo. Just a lot of patience. He had somebody in his face, but found, I think, that Stennen over there for a gain of about 7 or 8. Yeah, I mean, it's really an interesting dynamic that, again, Arlen makes that move and things are kind of established, but he appeared to just kind of fit in with the kids, and it's got to be hard. Again, kids just really don't know who he is maybe because we're not in that, 11 AA scene to kind of have an idea who Arlen was, but the kids really bought in early. I could see that from a distance even.
Yeah, I mean, they not being in that 11 AA realm, our guys didn't really know who he was until Coach Ebert and I started telling them the stories, and yeah, they started buying in, and that's what makes Arlen so great, is just the ability to create these relationships with these athletes and these students, and the way he connects with them. That's what's made him a legend on the football field here in South Dakota.
Quick dive hit there to Tadlock. He goes for another first down, and the Watchdogs will be 1st and 10 from what looks like about their 13-yard line. Yeah, I know, it's interesting. I was at a graduation party, and Arlen walked in, and really we're talking football season ended in October, and all of a sudden a May graduation, and there he walks into a graduation party, and that senior quickly heads across the room and meets him, and big hug and those kind of things.
Absolutely. Oh, what a tough run there by Tadlock. It was a straight dive to him again, and he just powers his way through those, breaks a couple tackles, and finds himself in the end zone.
Okay, nice 13-yard running touchdown there for Jackson Tadlock. And, the other thing I think was interesting, I had a meeting, it was probably about a month ago, and I was at a meeting at a restaurant in Sioux Falls, and I had my Watchdog polo on.
Yeah.
And the guy waiting the table says, hey, I played football in Yankton. And I go, oh, yeah, great. And he says, Van Otterloo's got some pressure on him here in this 2-point attempt. That is going to be no good. We'll just kind of finish the quick story here as they kind of regroup here to kick off. But it's Beresford 12, Dakota Valley 7 here with 7:52 left. And, the pride and the look on his face when he's talking about playing Yankton football and Arlen Lickness. And what he told me was, he says, you wouldn't believe it, Coach and his wife were in, and I just happened to walk by and saw him, and he said he hopped up, called me by name. I've been out of school for 15 years. Called me by name, gave me a big hug, asked me about my family and all that. I mean, it really solidified, again, from somebody from a distance, the impact Arlen has on kids and what he's been able to give back through so many.
Yeah, I mean, Arlen truly does care and love his athletes, and that's clear, 15, 20 years later to still, he knows every single one of his athletes that he's coached and what they're doing and where they're at, and it truly is amazing the impact that he's had over his teaching and coaching career.
Yeah, no, good stuff. So, all right, so Svegan will be kicking off here, the Watchdogs. Again, Watchdogs kind of wrap up a nice little drive there, going for 2, trying to kind of make up for that last miss extra point. So now they're up by 5, 7:52 left here before the halftime break. That was grabbed by the running back. I've got to get a number here. I was
looked like number 12.
Yeah, Boonstra.
Boonstra.
Yeah, Boonstra, 5'6", 155. And he'll take it out to the Panther 33-yard line. So 1st and 10, 33, their own 33, wind at the back. Still in that gun formation. Right back to Boonstra. Good scrape out the outside. Got to bring him down. That was number 30, Frederick. Good scrape down the line of scrimmage and contained him at that point.
Yeah, nice job, Ryan Svegan there at the corner, getting off of his block and kind of helping keep that contained there. And Frederick came scraping down and made a nice play, and so did Landon Shirt coming there and cleaning that up. And so good first down play there for the Watchdogs, and sets up a second and long for the Panthers here.
Got a little bit extra pressure coming. Wise play there for the, I believe that was number 60, Shirk. I mean, he had a chance to really take a shot at the quarterback, but wisely kind of held up. Ball was out of the hand. Or, excuse me, that was Frederick over there coming off on that pressure off the right side. But the pass goes incomplete, so third and long 9.
This drive and answer for that watch.
If they could get the ball back with 6 or 7 minutes here left on the clock, that'd be a great opportunity right here.
Yeah, just a good carry there by their quarterback. And
Anima, and a great run there by the quarterback. We've seen him kind of run a couple times early. Not the shiftiest or fastest guy, but he finds a way to get the job done there. Fresh set of downs. Clock is ticking. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Out in open space, pretty quick individual. That's number 3, Trey Peel, working off the left side, wide side of the field. So you're about a quarter way through the school year.
Yes.
You kind of experienced life as a busy teacher, a busy coach, got a young child. You leave that busy life to now figuring out what school administration is. You're a principal, you're an activities director. What's life like now? What's kind of you realizing these first kind of quarter into school here?
Well, I think yesterday and today was a perfect case of what life as an administrator in A&D. Like yesterday, we had parent-teacher conferences, so we had that going on, and at the same time, we also hosted a volleyball game last night. We had that and all that going on in our school yesterday, and then flipped that over today. We hosted in-service and had 6 other local schools come and spend some time those after school. It's something that
find those people that you can trust within the school system and say, well, how do we do this, or and figure out the connection of what
student taught here plus years of teaching.
Similar story, fortunate to be able to come back to the business office world, but there's nothing quite like working in and it's a ton of fun.
Yes, it is.
Side is
from Frederick, the last
5. What point do they have to kind of
looks like they're going play action and
clock stops with 4 activity. Asked my daughter, she were the only marching
Sioux Valley
right away, and
How long you've been gone. It's good to be home. A great.
Looking for an effective method that really can help you find and helping build your
800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, you can be confident you're getting the best. You can buy in store or order what you need online for curbside pickup or delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace at participating stores.
Find Benjamin Moore paint and other great products at your locally owned Olsen
one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from the everyday essentials to specialty items from produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta.
All right, welcome back to Cortland Carton Stadium, the school. And we have 2 students working on the production. Senior, 6'3", 250 pounds. Jerseys down here. What was kind of happening down there?
5 Cooper.
Good pressure there by the word in the backfield, and that one, kind of hung up there. Would have pretty.
Bucks maybe make a big play, but was able to knock it down, and the Panthers tried to go over top there, and good play by Shagrud. So there, and we got to swap the tight end offensive series.
Yeah, so quarterback Van Otterloo
into that guard tackle spot, and Worth came in and filled some shoes there.
Replay second down and a lot. They're going to do kind of a quick handoff from the shotgun formation.
We'll see if the Watchdogs use any of their timeout.
Just on Watchdog side, a little tighter formation. Aaron Larson, he does connect with his receiver on the far side of the field of the quarterback.
Yeah, I'll bring up a big 4th down here with just over.
And, kind of in no man's land at the 40-yard line. We are going to see a timeout here.
This is what matters. This is what defines the way the games are played.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, your heart. And sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be it.
Panthers. Panthers again 4th and 9 from the Watchdog 40-yard line. Out there by, who was that? Was
Looks
that
like 56, Aaron Larson.
fraction of a second too late? And, we talked, Randy Rosenquist is,
Kind of athlete he is.
that strategy of time but it really.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
More pressure, just can't quite get there. Great job. Almost looks effortless, really. Just nice little out routes, 8-10 yards, and get some yards after the catch.
Yeah, he does a great job.
Is ticking, 3rd and 5. Clock is running. More pressure. That's Larson. Just throws it up, and that is incomplete. So 43 seconds left on the clock.
And it looks like, and so that B.
So we're going to see a timeout here from the Panthers. So we'll go to another 30-second quick commercial.
Advertising can be is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, Ticket TV.
So, Alex, just to hit a little bit more again on kind of, just busy schedules. I mean, we've had this stuff going on, Marching Festival, football tonight. Tomorrow we send 4 buses out. JV volleyball going over. They'll have their final regular season event out in Platte tomorrow, so a big trip out to Platte for the dance team. Volleyball team is heading to Millbelt, so we got buses heading all over tomorrow.
Yeah, we host the Oral and Terp event tomorrow as well, so his athleticism, and that was on display there, going.
What do we say about the 13-yard line with it? So. Okay, that extra point attempt is up and good, so the Panthers are 14, Watchdogs 12, 37 seconds left on the clock. Let's just kind of keep the action alive here. We'll kind of just talk a little bit and roll in for the rest of the weekend here, Alex. You going to do any bird hunting? Or?
Well, last weekend was the residents only on state ground, and was able to go out, and unfortunately, so not exactly what you want to have happen, but so we got staples in, and so we
hopefully full recovery for the dog, and should be a pretty good weekend. Hopefully it's going to be cool, but hopefully again those coming from out of state and hit that big pheasant weekend. Great opportunity for families to get together, spend a little time outdoors, and it's great. One of those special things about South Dakota.
Oh, for sure.
All right, decent little kick picked up by Valder. And then fake the reverse, and Valder's going to keep it, kind of cut up the field. He's found some open space. He is fast. Peel does grab him over there, and we saw Trey Peel. We're at 45-yard line of the Watchdogs with 27 seconds left. It's again a kind of a former offensive guy. What are you thinking here? What are you doing? You're down by 2 at this kind of time.
You still have all 3 timeouts. I expect Coach Ronaldo here to come out with something, play action, something to see if they can get something going here on first. And still plenty of time with those 3 timeouts if they can get something here on this first play of the drive.
So the DBs know nothing behind me, but that play action. Trigger. Okay, I'm going to try and get a look at him. Mo, he's a senior, 6'3", 170 pounds. So, quick end to that. Now we quick switch a script. What are the dogs thinking, or is this the point where the Panthers say, 9s, everybody run down the field, let's go routes, and let's put a dagger in them here.
The Panthers have been able to move the ball in the air, so I fully expect them to try to hit one here, and are now setting themselves up for an opportunity.
A lot of pressure coming. Initially hit by Shirk. Second wrap up. I
think that play, that will bring us to half, it looks like. And
all right, so end of 2 quarters here in Beresford. Kind of looked like Beresford had control at one point, but just wasn't able to get those extra point attempts to go. They were up 6-0, then it was 6-7, 12-7, and then Panthers get a really nice score right before the half, and it's kind of exactly what we thought it would be, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what else do you expect when you have the number 3 versus number 4 teams playing each other? This is what it's going to be, and it's 2 evenly matched up ball clubs, and it's going to be an exciting second half.
Kind of a little commentary before we kick off here in the second half. So Fans, hang in here. Beresford bringing you the action here tonight from Beresford on the live ticket. So we'll be back.
Smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long. And sharing stories is just a way of Agraria Insurance Company agent.
the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart and in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Premium quality. You can be participating stores.
Find Benjamin Moore Paint and other great products at your locally owned Olson's Ace Hardware in Beresford.
Fiesta Foods in Beresford is a family-owned store that offers a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need. From the everyday fresh bakery and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta Foods is your one-stop store right in the hometown of Beresford.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's in South Dakota. This is Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who warms your heart and sharing stories.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience?
Texas. Awesome. How many lights does this fighter have? 8. What color is Yoda's lightsaber? Green. How many hearts does an octopus have? 8. Three. Word vomit. Cube. What did you say? Capital of Texas.
Skip.
How many legs does the spider have?
8.
What color is Yoda's lightsaber?
Green.
How many hearts does an octopus have?
12.
Who invented the word vomit?
What?
That's so funny. Texas. Awesome. How many legs does this fighter have? 8. What color is Yoda's lightsaber? Green. How many hearts does an octopus have? 8. Who invented the word vomit? Q. What did you say? Capital of Texas.
Skip.
How many legs does a spider have?
8.
What color is Yoda's lightsaber?
Green.
How many hearts does an octopus have?
12.
Who invented the word vomit?
What?
That's so funny.
Fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, you can be confident you're getting the best. You can buy in store or order what you need online for curbside pickup or delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace at participating stores.
Find Benjamin Moore paint and other great products at your locally owned Olson's Ace Hardware in Beresford.
Fiesta Foods in Beresford is a family-owned store that offers a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need. From the everyday essentials to specialty items from around the world. Find their weekly ad on their website. Fiesta Foods also has the best selection of cut meats in their deli department, fresh bakery, and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta Foods is your one-stop store right in the hometown of Beresford.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Benjamin Moore's premium quality, you can be confident you're getting the best. You can buy in store or order what you need online for curbside pickup or delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace at participating stores.
Find Benjamin Moore paint and other great products at your locally owned Olson's Ace.
You need. From the everyday essentials to specialty items from around the world. Find their weekly ad on their website. Fiesta Foods also has the best selection of cut meats in their deli department, fresh bakery, and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta Foods is your one-stop store.
This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is Sportsman School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
For an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools, go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the only hardware retailer, or order what you need online for curbside pickup or delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore Paint from Ace.
Beresford.
Fiesta Foods in Beresford is a family-owned store that offers a convenient one-stops in their deli department, fresh bakery, and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta.
This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual risk school sports. It's not the outcome that...
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air. Where insurance company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local
The right audience. If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot today, and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, you can be confident you're getting the best.
Paint and other great products at your locally owned Olson's Ace Hardware in Beresford.
Fiesta Foods in Beresford is a family-owned store that offers a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from the everyday essentials to specialty items from around the world. Find their weekly ad on their website. Fiesta Foods also has the best selection of cut meats in their deli department, fresh bakery, and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta Foods is your one-stop store right in the hometown of Beresford.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, you can be confident you're getting the best. You can buy in store or order what you need online for curbside pickup or delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore Paint from Ace at participating stores.
Find Benjamin Moore Paint and other great products at your locally owned Olson's Ace Hardware in Beresford.
All right, welcome back to Beresford High School, Cortland Carnes Stadium for this 11A matchup between the home Beresford Watchdogs and the visiting Dakota Valley Panthers. So we kind of, Alex, that 23 minutes, went pretty quick, but we're working through a lot of technology troubles. Your phone kind of lit up. You got some family trying to listen in on your first ever broadcast. I had some friends and family texting as well. So we're aware that there's some technology issues, especially in that second quarter. And Alex, unfortunately for the viewers, we really delivered some killer content in that second quarter.
Yeah,
so.
we just got compared to the Manning brothers on Monday Night Football, and so hopefully we can deliver some content here in the third and fourth quarter in the second half here. So
if you're watching at home, you hit some buffering or things kick in and out, we're doing everything we can remotely. Again, we kind of talked about our first couple broadcasts. We know anytime you put technology into use, and we're working out in a crow's nest quite a ways away from our server that we're working off of, and there's just going to bound to some nights be some issues, and our crew, Renee James, has been working with the crew at Live Ticket out in winter and doing everything we can to try to get you a clear, clean broadcast. So hopefully this second half is a little better than what we experienced in the second quarter. So for that, we apologize. But Alex, kind of 2 minutes on the clock here as they warm up. Thoughts of that first half and maybe what coaches might be telling kids looking into the second half?
I think both teams knew that this was going to be a battle coming into it. You have the number 3 and number 4 teams battling each other out tonight. And, it was just a back and forth half. The Watchdogs were able to force the Panthers to punt a couple times, but then the Panthers could flip it right around and force a couple Watchdog turnovers. And, it was just a very evenly matched first half. The Watchdog did most of their damage on the ground with Tadlock and Frederick. The Panthers were more of the air attack. They tried to start running the football initially, but then they found that success in the air. Rosenquist with some big plays for them late in that second quarter. So we'll see what happens here in the second half.
Yeah, Watchdogs should get the ball here, I believe, to start the second half. Again, all those adjustments, and this is an opportunity where maybe you come out with some different wrinkles or a little different look, and maybe talk quickly. What's that like in the locker room? What adjustments really can be made in 20 minutes?
Well, the technology these days is pretty incredible. For the Watchdogs, from my experience, I know that they're in that locker room and they got iPads and looking at replays from that first half and being able to show these kids these adjustments. And gone are the days of having to write things on the board and things like that. Now it's offensive line, come here, we need to get into a huddle, and they're looking at it and replays within seconds. And it allows these coaching staffs to really truly dive in and make those little key adjustments that maybe a few years ago they weren't able to do. And we'll see what they come out with. The Watchdogs have thrown wrinkles out, the last couple weeks. They come out in the second half with something a little bit different offensively, different formation, different personnel. So we'll see what happens here. And, let's see what Coach Ebert does, making adjustments to that Panther passing game. See if they kind of tighten that down a little bit and try to take away those quick outs and quick slants that the Panthers were able to get on them. So,
okay, we're going to come back to the technology and how things have changed in coaching here in a minute. We'll get this third quarter rolling because there is something I did want to get to, and you're kind of created the perfect segue into it. So let's get this third quarter going. Panthers are kicking off back deep for the Watchdogs. Should be Valder, and he's going to get the kick again. Stennon is the other one. They kind of fake the reverse. They're going to do the same here. Valder gets wrapped up about the 17-yard line. So this is probably good a spot as any, Alex. Let's just talk about this. When I came to Beresford 22 years ago, coaches were going to exchange tape. They checked out a school car for tomorrow morning, Saturday morning. They had a VHS, or maybe it got just burned in a CD. And, hey, I'm going to drive out to Highway 46 and 81, and I'm going to meet somebody from Parkston that's going to come down to 46 and 81, and we're going to sit in our car and then swap, tapes, and then we're each going to drive back, and then we're going to make copies so the other coaches on the staff can get a copy of a copy and have something to watch maybe by Saturday afternoon or Saturday night.
Yeah, it's just changed so much, and now Huddle has come in, and film is exchanged within seconds, and it's a push of a button, and you might have your next week opponent's film before you even go to bed on a Friday night.
Yeah, very true. And, the ability for it to break down some statistics for you, and as coaches, you're able to get clips and segments and push them out to certain offensive or defensive units and certain players. But where I was going to kind of go with this, Alex, is, again, I have a passion for schools. I have a passion for athletics. But I didn't grow up in that. I mean, I went to a lot of games in Irene, but my parents only went when I was playing. Talk a little bit about what it was like kind of growing up as a coach's kid, and probably, the whole family's at the school. What is that like, growing up the son of a coach.
It's making those road. You hinted at making those road trips on Saturday mornings to exchange film. It's going with Dad on that, and coming home and sitting on the couch and going through plays with him. And nice little play there by Frederick. And it was and then every day going to practice, and going to practice from the time I was first, second grade, and going to those football practices every day after school, going to basketball practices, and just being around it so much. And it's just kind of ingrained in our family. Dad actually retired this year, and retired from the education world. And so, just growing up in that, you were just surrounded. And, I know the Watchdogs have a few kids that were like that. Malachi James is a freshman on this team. He's been around this program with his dad and his mom involved in the education system here in Beresford for as long as I can remember. And, him running around at that age, and now seeing him dressed up and playing on a Friday night. And just cool to see, and it's a cool thing to, your daughters are experiencing that now. And it's something that I would never go back and change for anything in the world, those memories of being a coach's kid and being on a sideline on a Friday night.
Yeah, no, pretty cool opportunities. Like you said, growing up really young, just this is all you've really known. Whether it's a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday basketball kind of schedule scenario, or more like this, it's Friday night. You just didn't have to ask, what are we doing tonight? You knew what you were doing on a Friday night, right?
Yep.
So for listeners who maybe, don't know, Alex's dad is Dan DeVries, longtime basketball coach. What else did he coach in Lennox?
Oh, he was assistant football for 20-some years, and assistant track coach for the last 10 to 15 years, and head girls basketball coach in there for a little while. And so, just retired here this year. This is his first year retired, and so he spent, I believe it was 28 years in Lennox, and between coaching and teaching, and it his career as the athletic director there for the last 5 years. So,
I first met your dad. They were part of the Big 8, great power run there by Tadlock. So Watchdogs have something moving here on the ground, and that's great to see. But, first kind of got acquainted with your dad as a young coach, and again, and a young AD here in Beresford. And of course, the neighboring schools coaches, whether it's Big 8 or we were the Big Sioux at the time.
Yep.
But you got to know each other, and again, then to see your dad have the opportunity to serve as an athletic director and now see retirement. And what's he keeping busy with these days?
He actually works for Lloyd Company up in Sioux Falls, and keeping himself busy, and enjoying the being able to be home at 5 o'clock at night and not have to, talk about the busy schedule of educators like we talked about earlier, and, kind of enjoying not having that anymore, and kind of able to relax, and, watching games online, you don't take the coach out of you.
Yeah.
That doesn't go away. And so, still, I'm sure he's watching tonight, watching the Watchdogs. And so.
All right, great. So Van Otterloo under center. Fakes the dive that time. It's the keeper out around the right side. Run out of bounds there by, I think that's number 5 for the Panthers. Number 5, Bo Jones, a junior, listed at 5'10", 155, but it's enough for a Watchdog first down. So exactly what Coach Ebert's probably scripting here, or Coach Ronaldo, Coach Lickness. Let's get those 4 or 5 yard chunks. Already got 4 minutes off the clock here in this opening quarter to start the second half.
Yeah, a little different wrinkle there by the Watchdogs. It's the first designed quarterback run there, faking that dive to Tadlock, and Van Otterloo was able to get the corner and get the first down.
Okay, so Aaron Larson is doing the snapping action for the Dogs here. Little sweep action around the left side. Not much there, but it'll bring up second and about, long 9 or 10 for the Watchdogs.
Both teams are trying to set the tone here to start the second half. The Watchdogs hoping to march this thing down and take some time off, and really just methodically move the ball and see if the Panthers can make a stop here on second down and set up a 3rd and long. Looks like a dive straight ahead to Tadlock again.
Okay, so nice job here by the Panthers, kind of stuffing things up. And on the interior that time, that was number 50 for the Panthers. Noah Heed, junior, 200 pound, 5 foot 8 inches tall. Gain of a couple, so bring up third and we'll call it 7.
Yeah, definitely 4-down territory here for the Watchdogs. So, you kind of have an open playbook here if you're Coach Ronaldo and Coach Lickness, and we'll see what the Watchdogs do here.
Okay, double wing, little motion, left to right. Open receiver, that's Stennin. Kind of planted that foot and found an opening in the defense. He's quickly wrapped up by Rosenquist, but that's good enough for a Watchdog first down. Ben Otterloo kind of looked like as he took his first step, maybe lost a little bit of balance, but we've kind of mentioned over and over, just a tremendous athlete. I mean,
Yes.
his ability to do so much, whether it's a basketball floor or out here in the football field, doesn't seem to lose his composure. He can have people right on him. Same thing right there, right in his face, just kind of got by the receiver that time, but he hung in there, took a hit, and delivered it, just couldn't quite pull it in. So bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Watchdogs.
Yeah, Van Otterloo's a 3-year starter for the Watchdogs at quarterback. A ton of experience. They had that big, deep playoff run last year, and he led them down on a 93-yard drive there against Mount Vernon Plankington in the opening round, and was able to throw a last-second touchdown, and then led a great overtime win in the quarterfinals, and a ton of experience there by him, and it shows on plays like that.
Okay, a little misdirection, kind of a counteraction, but 4 or 5 Panthers weren't fooled by it, and it's just a ton of penetration. Frederick gets up just maybe a little ginger there on that play, or?
Yeah, he's been battling knee injuries, the last 2 years, and just a tough kid, and so wouldn't be surprised if we maybe, that knee's maybe a little bit sore, especially as you get later in the year. This is game number 8, and with the move up to 11A, the Watchdogs don't have that bye anymore. They don't have that luxury moving up that class, and so.
Yeah, we've talked a little bit. They kind of skip that week 0, they call it, so there is no bye week, and they play 9 regular season games instead of 8. Just tracked down on the back side there. I'll try to get a look at the defender here, who that was, but didn't see exactly on the defensive pursuit, but pretty nice play by the Panthers defense to kind of track him down from the back side as he was rolling left or on the far side of the field there.
Yeah, that was a good play. We talked about how good of an athlete Van Otterloo is, and that was a great job by the Panther defense for their pursuit on that back side, and set up a 4th and long here for the Watchdogs, and Panthers try to get off the field and get their offense back on.
Okay, Watchdogs start this drive about their own 25-30, move the chains, and now we've kind of stalled right here. We got a penalty. Timeout to the Beresford coaching staff. So we're going to go to a quick 30-second commercial break. We'll be back with more action as Dakota Valley leads Beresford 14-12.
Fiesta Foods in Beresford is a family-owned store that offers a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from the everyday essentials to specialty items from around the world. Find their weekly ad on their website. Fiesta Foods also has the best selection of cut meats in their deli department, fresh bakery, and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta Foods is your one-stop store right in the hometown of Beresford.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
little play action pass there. Watchdogs with throwback to, let's see, who was that on that sideline? Number 5, Jack Stennon, but the Panthers there to make the stop, and were able to get their defense off the field, and their offense takes over.
Yeah, it needed about, we needed 9 on that play. We got about 7, so just about 2 yards short. Coaches found something they kind of felt comfortable in. Again, it's really a tough position to be in there. 9 yards is a tough yardage to pick up in high school football. But let's see what the Panthers do here. Again, they're going to kind of spread things out a little bit. Looks like a little read option, but that is quickly stuffed on that left defensive end spot.
Looked like Seth James and Aaron Larson there again. You know, the Watchdogs' run defense has done a great job tonight. That really good job up front, taking care of things. They got some pressure on their quarterback and throughout the night, but the Panthers have been able to find some success in the air, and I envision that's probably what they're going to go with here.
Yeah, so that defensive front right now, kind of left to right, is James, Larson, Shirk. And on the right side is Tadlock, and he's there and part of that crew that's wrapping up number 9, the ball carrier for the Panthers, is Tyler Schutt, senior, 6'1", 175 pounds. So little loss here for the Panthers on that play as they kind of came near side, and 3rd and 12. Yeah, 3rd and 12 is what they got up on the board. And Watchdogs really ate up a ton of clock there. What that, about 6?
About 7, and a little over 7.5 minutes taken off the clock there by the Watchdogs on that first drive. And, if they can get a 3 and out here and get their offense back on the field, they'll have the ball for most of this third quarter.
Little blitz action. We had, let's say, the offense pulled Tadlock down, so this thing's going to be coming back. Tadlock kind of was in a standing position and was kind of threatening a couple different holes. When the ball was snapped, he went for it, and the offensive lineman just kind of grabbed him and pulled him on top of him. And that is going to be the call against the Panthers. So they had a big gain. Obviously, the Watchdogs will accept that and replay 3rd down.
Yeah, the Panthers were able to complete that on another quick out. They've been able to hit that play a few times tonight. They went back to it there on that 3rd down. Unfortunately, the holding penalty negates the play, and now they face a 3rd and, what do you think that is, Jared?
Well,
3rd
about
and
25.
About 25.
Yeah. So they're backed up to their own 7-yard line. 3rd and a bunch. They're going to roll out a little bit on the near side. That's going to be a safety.
Great play by Shirk.
Yeah, the quarterback, they rolled out to the near side of the field, which seems a little odd, but again, a left-handed quarterback kind of makes sense. But Shirk came, and he's just no place for the quarterback to go, and Shirk grabbed a hold and brought him down. So this gets really interesting. We missed the 2 points conversions. Now all of a sudden the safety ties it up. It's 14-14 with 2:34 left to go in the third quarter. The Panthers have held the ball a minute and a half.
Yeah, they've had the ball for a minute and a half in the second half. Otherwise, the Watchdogs have kind of had control. And, that's a big play. That's a big safety. Ties this thing back up at 14-14. And, we'll see what happens here. And the offense comes back on the field and see if they put a drive like they had the last one. The Panthers looking only a couple, maybe one or two more possessions this game if the Watchdogs are able to control that clock again.
All right, those maybe tuning in late here, Jared Olson from the Beresford School, Alex DeVries, former teacher and coach here in Beresford, current principal and athletic director up in Florence, kind enough to make the trip down tonight and watch, his friends that he's coached with, the students that he's taught and coached as well tonight. 14-14 tie game, number 3 seed, number 4 seed by active association points. What do the Panthers have here? They just had a safety against them. What are they doing now?
Well, so they have two different options. So this is going to be a free kick from the 20. A lot of people see in the NFL and college, a lot of teams will punt out of this situation. But you can actually kick off as well, and that's exactly what the Panthers are going to do. This will be, for the viewers, it'll look like a traditional kickoff, just a few yards deeper at the 20.
Okay, so Watchdogs should look at really good field position here. Hopefully they can get a clean pickup. They are going to actually hand it off this time on the reverse. And that's Stennin work on the left side. Smart blocks, Dogs. Okay, I don't see any flags down, so we're going to end up with really great field position. Exactly what the Dogs needed. A little spark with the safety. Defensive linemen love to get those. And now we see, the defensive back, they keep kicking it to Valder. They've kind of ran the fake reverse. This time they give it to Stennin, and we find a little crease on that far sideline.
Yeah, if you are a South Dakota football history buff, that is the Yankton special kick return right there that Coach Lickness brought into the Watchdogs a few years ago. And great
Here
play by
goes Tadlock. Oh, and he broke the tackle, touchdown. That's a 38-yard touchdown run by Tadlock right off of a safety by Shirk and a great return by Stennin. And, wow, got to love that as a Watchdog fan or Watchdog coaching staff. And, again, we know we've got some Panther listeners. We try to recognize both squads for their accomplishments on the field. But you're getting a little bit of a Beresford-favored broadcast here tonight. But great run by Tadlock. He had one of those in Lennox the first night. They put him in the backfield, and if you see him, I mean, he's a good-sized kid in the hallway, but you don't necessarily think he's breakaway speed.
He's a good athlete. I was talking to Coach Ronaldo after that Lennox game, and he goes, "Who would have thought we had one of the most physical fullbacks in the state playing guard the last 2 years?" Just he played a little bit of running back in middle school. He even played a little quarterback in middle school. So he's a good athlete, and he's made this adjustment and making big plays for the Watchdogs again tonight.
So a number of seniors on the squad, but I mean, clearly he is the one that a lot of them are going to look to. Just kind of how it is. I mean,
he's just a natural leader.
Yeah.
And guys just gravitate to him, and he just has that ability, and just the growth and maturity that he has shown over the course of the last 4 years, and he's just that senior leader, both here on the field, but also in the school building, and somebody that kids look up to, and great to see that success for him on the football field.
Yeah, not afraid of hard work. I mean, I think we're kind of looking down here at the, our shot put rings, and we've poured some extra concrete around there. I mean, I think I remember it was maybe his sophomore summer. I mean, he's out slabbing concrete and, putting in real work. And
that's after being in the weight room at 6 o'clock in the morning and getting that work in, and then, coming out here and laying concrete and breaking it up and, things like that. And, not afraid of hard work, that's for sure.
So, fun opportunity here again. Let's see if the Watchdogs, that is Rosenquist. This is trouble around the right side. They do have him wrapped up, it appears. So, got a little dangerous there. I saw a little bit of green space out in front of him. He brings it out to the 40, so great return by Rosenquist and the Panthers.
Yeah, and Rosenquist does not need much room. He's that good of an athlete that you just give him a little bit of green grass and he's going to find it, and sets themselves up with good field position here to see if they can respond to that Watchdog touchdown.
Okay, and Watchdogs did punch in a 2-point conversion. Good pressure, good press by the offensive line surge. We easily ran that one in. So Beresford is up 22-14. 2 minutes left here in this third quarter. Panthers get a nice opening play to start this drive. Gain of 5. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Panthers.
Yeah, key for the Panthers here after that big momentum swing to the Watchdogs with that safety and touchdown run. Big for the Panthers here to come out and get a drive going and get a couple first downs and settle back into this.
Okay, going to split a wide receiver out to the near side. Senna's got coverage. Motion here. Going to hand it to the running back, but that is stuffed up front. That's 82, Seth James again, right?
Yeah, another good play by Seth James there.
So nice job. He was kind of working that left defensive end spot to slide down to, A gaps and wrap up the shorter running back, which we said is going to be difficult for the Dogs to see him. And he's a hard runner for 5'6". He really runs hard.
He really does, and just a good play by James there to get him. And I don't think seen the Watchdogs be able to tackle the running back one-on-one tonight. And
going to be a close play. They are going to call that a completed pass. The defender was a little late getting over there, and somebody is down on the far side of the field.
That was another great catch by Rosenquist along the sidelines. Went up and got it, was able to get 1 foot in bounds there and hold on to the ball. And what a great catch by Rosenquist. Hobbles a little bit, it looks like, coming up, but another big play by him.
Okay, so they go from well into their own territory. They're now on the 43-yard line of the Watchdogs. Fresh set of downs. Again, Rosenquist did step off quick. He's just going to catch a quick breath. He did go up for that one, reached high. The defender gave him a push, trying to get him out of bounds, and he might have just kind of strayed something a little bit, but not what the Panthers wanted to see here on the coaching staff. Is you get a huge first down and false start. We saw this earlier in the game, and now it happened again. So that penalty is kind of a killer. I think it was maybe a hold on the last time they did it, so they were 1st and 20. Now they're 1st and 15.
As an offensive coordinator, you got plays for 1st and 10. You don't really have plays for 1st and 15, 1st and 20. So we'll see what they do here.
Quarterback's going to keep it. Grabbed by Shirk. Also wrapped up by, that's Seth James there again. James and also Bowden, Isaac Bowden.
Yeah, just another good play by Shirk there. Zach Bowden comes in and cleans that up. And, that's just the Watchdogs up front again tonight. This defensive line has done a great job. They're definitely winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. And, so we'll see here. We're winding down. It looks like that might have been the last play here of the third quarter, as looks like the Panthers are going to be okay letting this run down. And, we'll see what the fourth quarter brings in another one-score game for the Watchdogs.
Okay, easy flip here for the officials. They're going to move this thing about 3 yards on the other side of the 50. We're going to go to a short commercial break here. We'll be back with more action.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today, and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
All right, welcome back to Beresford High School, Cortland Carnes Stadium. 11A matchup here between the Beresford Watchdogs and the Dakota Valley Panthers. We knew this was going to be a great one, Alex. Again, those tuning in, Jared Olson, business manager at the Beresford School. Pleasure to be joined by Alex DeVries, former teacher and coach here for the Watchdogs. And in his first year up at Florence as high school, middle school principal and athletic director, was kind enough to make the long drive down to Beresford and help talk about the players that he's worked with.
Oh, Tadlock came off the edge there free, but the quarterback was able to step up and get away and kind of get those 4 or 5 yards back that they lost with that false start on first down. So
quarterback Ethan Anima, left-hander, coming off the Watchdogs' right side. He was fortunate that he could see Tadlock coming, and he quick force up the pocket. but Tadlock had the ears pinned back, and he was coming full speed on that one. That was the shot that he wanted to get.
Yes, for sure. And, against a right-handed quarterback, he might have had one, but like we said, being a lefty, he was able to see that play coming and step up and get away from Tadlock and get some positive yards.
Okay, so what could have been another big loss for the Panthers, they gained some yardage, and here he is going to get him this time. There's no receiver over there. Helping out with the rule here in high school.
Yeah, so they changed the rule this year for high school football. They changed it more to that professional rule for if a quarterback does leave the pocket, they are able to throw it away. They don't have to have a receiver in the vicinity. It's one of those rules that I'm glad to see changed with player safety and things like that. Allow that quarterback to throw that ball away and bring up another down, and now we got a 4th down. It looks like the Panthers are going to punt.
Okay, great point there, bringing the new rule change. We just hadn't seen that yet this year. Good pressure, right? Really a pretty good punt for him having Aaron Larson right in his face.
Looks like it went out inside the 10.
Yeah,
we'll see where they mark it here.
That was a low liner. I thought it was shooting way towards the track, but it actually worked right down the sideline.
Yeah, looks like they got it marked right at about the 4-yard line.
Right about the 4. So Watchdogs are up 22-14, 8-point lead. 11 minutes left in this 4th quarter. So, again, quick possession here from the Panthers. Watchdogs, obviously, going to have a running back in the end zone. Probably a quick hitter, something kind of up between the guards.
Yeah,
get a little bit of a breathing room here.
Yeah, right what I expected. Just that straight dive to Tadlock there, and good push up front and kind of got him out of their own end zone there.
Yeah, a lot easier, again, whether you're a back or, you just really feel like you've got the pressure of that end zone right there, and you just know any little slip or any little loss of the ball, you just don't hardly have a chance to recover without being in the end zone, giving up a safety back. But Watchdogs, again, with a solid 1-possession lead here. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Another dive to Tadlock.
So we're really close to a 1st down. They are going to move the chains. So 1st down, Watchdogs. Clock is ticking. This is down to 10:21 now. Again, a quick thank you to production crew, Renee James, Gavin Stewart, Easton Boom. They're running the computer, swapping out on the camera. They're really doing the hard work, Alex, of making this thing happen. And, again, we know we had a little bit of trouble there in that 2nd quarter. It's just internet connection sometime. That's what it's going to happen. But great job to the production crew, and we had a little help from Live Ticket, the staff out in winter, getting us back up and going here in this 3rd quarter.
Hand off to Frederick there. Looks like maybe a gain of 1. Nice job by the Panthers there making him stretch it out a little bit and able to keep him for a short gain. Yeah, we're pretty fortunate now with the technology of the broadcast and being able to view games, and I'm sure we got viewers from across the state and probably some that are not from South Dakota being able to watch these games that just a few years ago you weren't able to experience.
Yeah, and one of the big selling points of Live Ticket, at least for our fans, and we're still doing some events on NFHS because just the manpower it takes for every event, so maybe like some middle school games, some sub-varsity games. The beauty of the NFHS, the Pixel-Lock cameras, you just program and it turns on, it pans, it follows the motion in the ball and zooms in and out. It takes 0 people to run it once it's set up, so it still has its place. But again, the ability now for us to put players, if you've got a family member out on the field or just an avid fan, and that's where you're going to find the majority of our varsity events is on that page.
Yeah, and then what a cool experience for the students to be able to be a part of the production crew and kind of see that end of things, and just a cool experience for them as well.
I think
looks
that's
like
Cooper
Nelson was able to jump on top of that one. The Panthers almost forced another turnover, and that's kind of how they've slowed the Watchdogs down tonight has been those turnovers, and they almost forced another one.
Great job there by Cooper Nelson. We kind of think I made the reference to I've walked through the gymnasium enough times in the summer, and he's got a ball in his hands, working low post moves and, little 10, 12-foot jumpers. And he's got good athleticism and hand-eye.
In that situation as well.
Or close to the sideline. He got a lot of mileage out of that. That's going to be on the Panthers side, 40-yard line. So 6:51 left in the game. Beresford leads 22-14. We're going to stay here with the action as we're going to kind of hope for a quick turnaround here as the Panthers get the ball set. And I think we're going to be ready to see a ball snap pretty quick. But what are the Panthers thinking right now?
You got plenty of time still. You don't need to change anything. I could see them getting back into the air. They haven't really. They're going back on the ground there with number 12. Just nice little 6-yard gain there again for them up.
Yeah, that's Jackson Boonstra. I'm going to reference him a few times. He's a sophomore, 5 feet 6 inches tall, 155 pounds. He runs a lot harder. Again, we've said it multiple times, but really a lot of confidence from the coaching staff to give him the ball in that formation standing next to the quarterback there.
Yeah, there they are.
Little pump fake.
What a catch by Rosenquist.
Yeah, that's Rosenquist.
Race to the sideline. Are they going to give it to him?
He hit the pylon. I think they're going to give it to him. I'm not even sure we're official on that side.
They're having a conversation. They're going to mark him that he stepped out of bounds. Looks like at about the 2-yard line.
So a quarterback, a quick pump fake. Again, that's all it takes is that little bit to make a defender think, and they either stop or commit a little bit. And that little bit of pump fake was just enough. The defensive pressure was there from the Watchdogs again, but nice job by the quarterback, Anima, to get the ball out.
Little wildcat here for the Panthers.
Yeah, guess who's back there? That's number 3. Whoa! Rodeo ride there from Shirk.
Shirk just comes through. Looked like almost untouched there.
Yeah, Trey Peel, again, no surprise. He's shown he's a good athlete out in the field, and he was in that wildcat, but Shirk really did come through untouched and just jumped on him kind of like a cowboy on a bronc back almost, huh?
Yeah, sets up for now a 2nd and goal from the 4. Clock's running now. We're just at about 5:30 left on the clock, and now you kind of start looking at this. If you are Dakota Valley, you're down 8. You're going to need the 2-point conversion here, but still plenty of time and no need to rush on anything.
Little roll out to the left. He's got a lead blocker. He's going to cut it back up the field, and this pursuit was there.
Great pursuit there by number 25, Zach Bowden.
Yep, that was Bowden. Again, turn the quarterback back up the field. Again, he's a decent runner. He's just not super shifty. But it was just enough to make him have to gather his feet and cut it back up the field. And that's just the time Bowden needed to come fill the void and stuff him. And now what yard line is this thing sitting on? About the 2 now? 1 or 2 yard line?
Yeah, it looks like we're about at the 1. Looks like we're going to have a timeout by the Panthers.
Okay, let's go to a quick 30-second commercial. We'll pop right back for this big 3rd down play and goal.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, you can be confident you're getting the best. You can buy in store or order what you need online for curbside pickup or delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace at participating stores.
Find Benjamin Moore paint and other great products at your locally owned Olson's Ace Hardware in Beresford.
Fiesta Foods in Beresford is a family-owned store that offers a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from the everyday essentials to specialty items from around the world. Find their weekly ad on their website. Fiesta Foods also has the best selection of cut meats in their deli department, fresh bakery, and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta Foods is your one-stop store right in the hometown of Beresford.
All right, big 3rd down. We got a whistle.
Yeah, they brought the quarterback. They split him out into a wide receiver position way out past the numbers. They had number 3, Trey Peel, in as the Wildcat, and they were just going to run that thing straight up the middle and let him get about a 4-yard run. Encroachment on the defense, so probably not the worst thing to happen because it didn't look like we were really ready there.
No, I would agree with that. And the ball only moves about a half a yard there, and I definitely think that was going to be a walk-in touchdown for the Panthers. But that penalty blows that play dead, and it looks like the Panthers are coming out with that same formation.
Yeah, we'll see if the play matters. That is what they're going to do, and he's going to launch over.
Ball's out. We'll see what they call
here. Call the touchdown. The Dogs got it, but no signal on the near side. The far side of the field called that it was good. So, once that ball, if they reach, the ball breaks the plane, it's a touchdown and the play's over, right?
Yeah. As soon as that ball breaks that plane, everything else after that doesn't really matter, and that's kind of what happened there. He went up and went over top and was able to get that ball over top of the goal line, and here come the Panthers on this big 2-point conversion, same formation. He's going to roll to his right. Not going to get it. Big play.
I think that's Bowden again, kind of coming out of the bottom. Who else is there? That's Seth James looking to give a hand to help him up, and they are going to call in the medical staff here. So kind of Seth James, again, showing a little sportsmanship, but there's clearly something wrong with the running back, and I believe that was Trey Peel. So we'll go to a quick commercial break. We'll kind of back off and let the medical team do their work. So be right back.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, you can be confident you're getting the best. You can buy in store or order what you need online for curbside pickup or delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace at participating stores.
Find Benjamin Moore paint and other great products at your locally owned Olson's Ace Hardware in Beresford.
All right, welcome back. Just a little, again, thank you to the Avera Sports staff and the work they've done here on both sides to work with this injured athlete. I couldn't get a real good number. They've kind of got him flanked on both sides. I think it was Trey Peel, number 3 for the Panthers. Again, really displayed he's a great athlete tonight, so hate to see at this part of the game him go down. Hopefully the training staff can get him looked over and come back in, but he came off pretty slow, so we'll see.
He's kind of done a little bit of everything for the Panthers tonight, and that's who it was. It was number 3, and he has done a little bit of everything, so you hope training staff can look at him over there and he can find his way back. And a little different setup here for the Panthers. Don't be surprised if you see a little onside kick here by them.
Okay, and that is to the same side it went to before, and that's Cooper Nelson over there. Exactly what we were talking about earlier. I think if you're probably looking at film, you're going, oh, kick it to the big guy, right?
Yeah, you see 75 standing there on the front row and be like, all right, if we have to onside kick, that's where we're going with it. And, he's standing there and just another great job of, that's the second time this year that he's been able to recover that onside kick in that spot.
And both of those, obviously, if you're receiving an onside kick, it's a close or crucial part of the game. And that, and the pressure's on you. So, Watchdogs, this is, I think, what we're going to see for probably 4 minutes or 4:42, we could hope, right?
Yeah, you're just going to see a heavy dose of Tadlock and Frederick, I think, just straight downhill stuff, and see if they can find a way to kind of drain this clock. And something that the Watchdogs have done a few times throughout this year. I was fortunate to catch the Canton game earlier this year, and that's kind of exactly what happened. I think the Watchdogs took over in that game with about 6 minutes left, and never gave the ball back to the Seahawks to secure that win. And I think that's what the Watchdogs are looking to do again tonight.
So let's talk a little bit here for your quarterback, Van Otterloo. Are you looking at the back, Judge? Is coaches telling them eat every single second off of this, or do we still just kind of wait for the 10, or we're not quite at that point of the game?
We're probably not quite to that point yet, but the experience that Van Otterloo has had, he kind of has that internal clock in his head too, and he knows where they're at time-wise. And, he probably – maybe not quite to the point of getting down to where we're not snapping it till we're down to the last couple seconds, but you'll see he's standing there taking his time. He's not in a rush, and he knows what's at stake here. And another straight hill down dive with Tadlock for a first down.
Yeah, both hands securely over the ball. I mean, he has got that baby wrapped up, and the legs are turning. He knows what his job is at this point.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit next week here. Again, we've been really spoiled. I'll go back to, we were talking about, the good old days of Beresford playing some 11A schools. Well, man, you didn't have to go more than 20 or 30 miles, and
right.
You had all of your opponents, maybe 45. Now we're played 11B. We're back into 11A. But statewide, to make that work with the number of teams, people got to do a little
you got a little bit more traveling. Yep.
Yeah, so you look like a Vermilion right down the road. They're not on our schedule. Obviously somebody we'd love to play, even just for the kids, the opportunity maybe to play in the Dakota Dome.
Yep.
Every other year. But with that, we have to make a trip, and this year our trip is out to Lakota Tech. We already traveled the winter. Now we're going to go
a little bit further.
A little bit further yet.
Yeah, another big road trip for the Watchdogs next week. Heading out there.
So maybe just hit a little bit. I had Jeff Gross on 2 weeks ago. He talked maybe just from a little bit of an AD's perspective. Again, trying to get an entire team and coaching staff and those that are going to travel and make a trip like that. Talk a little bit from a coaching standpoint. You're used to the routine, and if we play at 7 o'clock here at a home game, the boys are probably showing up at 4:30-ish or 5 o'clock.
4:45, about 5 o'clock. And when you go on the road, you're hoping to kind of get there at about kind of that same time frame, that 4:45, 5 o'clock. And, when you get out on that big of a road trip, all of a sudden things change a little bit. And, you're looking at, okay, where can we stop and, let these guys stretch their legs a little bit? And where can we walk through? And, where can we get something? When can we stop to get something to eat?
Yeah.
Things like that, because now all of a sudden your routine is just off, and you're probably looking to arrive a little bit earlier than what you're used to, strictly from the fact of being able to walk on the field and stretch a little bit more than what you normally would do on that routine. And the Watchdogs have the experience with that, though. Last year they made the trip up to Aberdeen Roncalli in that quarterfinal game, and so it's not unusual for them. It's something that they have experienced before in the past.
So yeah, right. Good point there with that little playoff run the Watchdogs went on, and even Mount Vernon Plankington, to go to Plankington, and there's going to be a lot of schools out there that go, well, that's nothing to travel, 2 hours or an hour and 45 minutes. They haven't even got the bus warmed up yet. But for us, that's a little longer trip, and obviously Aberdeen Roncalli was a little longer trip. But you're right, this group does understand, what that's going to feel like, and get out there and hopefully take care of business and, bring things back home. And I think if we can hold on here, I think pretty much wrap up a home playoff game for the Watchdogs in the first week of the playoffs.
Yeah. Dive straight ahead with Tadlock. Looks like it's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, I think that's enough for a first down. We're a minute 23 on the clock. The fans down here are standing up and cheering. They know what this means. Clock is running. Beresford's up 22-20. Minute 18. First and 10.
Now I'm guessing we'll see Van Otterloo take a peek at that back official and kind of wait for that 10-second count and probably not snap the ball. There's the 10. There's that straight dive play, and we'll get a timeout here for the Panthers. I believe this will be their second timeout of the half, so they'll have one remaining.
All right, we'll do a quick 30-second commercial break. We'll be right back here again. Watchdogs up 22-20 with
Fiesta Foods in Beresford is a family-owned store that offers a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from the everyday essentials to specialty items from around the world. Find their weekly ad on their website. Fiesta Foods also has the best selection of cut meats in their deli department, fresh bakery, and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta Foods is your one-stop store right in the hometown of Beresford.
All right, welcome back to Beresford High School again. This is a point where the Watchdogs should be able to kind of finish this thing out, short of some miracle. They're going to pull off what appears to be a 2-point victory over the number 4 seeded Panthers. Earlier in the year, defeated Canton in the first game of the year by a 1-point victory. Last week, 2-point victory over Sioux Falls Christian. Van Otterloo wisely stays in bounds there. Little fake the dive, bellies out around the left side, gets a good run in, and then just slides and keeps that clock going. And if nothing else, going to force them to use another timeout. But that moves the chains, actually.
And that will do it. The Watchdogs might have to run one final play, but that should do it tonight for the Watchdogs. Looks like they'll have a 2-point victory over the Dakota Valley Panthers, and it'll be interesting to see where this shakes some things up. I don't know what the Sioux Falls Christian score are. I do know Canton got a victory this week with a forfeit over Custer, and all of a sudden that shakes some things up in that 4, 5, 6 range of where these standings are at. But just a big win for the Watchdogs tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, they're kind of coming in, you're going to be the 3 or the 4 seed, and if you're the 3, you're going to end up playing the 6 seed, and if you're 4, you're going to play the 5. And these are teams, as we kind of look at the current standings anyways, you're either going to play Dakota Valley again, which we just knocked off by 2 points. You're going to play Sioux Falls Christian, who we beat by 2 points last week. Or you're going to play Canton, who we beat by 1 point to start the season out.
Yeah, and, or you got a Madison team, who knows, they started the year off a little slow, but they've been able to get some wins lately if they find themselves in that spot and face a team that the Watchdogs haven't seen yet this year. So, yeah, you got the 11A. The 11A season is far from over, and this is going to be fun to watch this class in the playoffs.
Yeah. All right, Alex, another huge thank you for you making the trip down. I know it's, again, a big effort on your part to do that, and I really appreciate it from a broadcast standpoint. And I know there were a number of kids and teachers and coaches that kind of snuck through the back of the thing here and kind of slapped you on the back and gave you a 5 or wanted to just chat with you a little bit. And I really do appreciate you coming back. Enjoy the opportunity now to visit with the coaching staff and the kids a little bit after they do their thing. But again, big thank you on behalf of the Beresford School with making the effort to come down.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. It's been a great opportunity. So thank you.
Okay, final here in Beresford. Beresford 22, Dakota Valley Panthers 20, and that's a wrap. So we're going to sign off here. Again, thank you to Renee James, Gavin Stewart, and Easton Boom for all the work they've done on the production side. That's it from Cortland.